Hello, how are you today?
I just want to make sure that you can hear me, okay? If you can, then congratulations! You have hearing! And if you have hearing, that also means you have heard this before. This charismatic fella there is Mr. John Larkin, more commonly known by his stage name, Scatman John. And this is his 1995 hit, Scatman, 𝕸𝖆𝖗𝖃 wait. 𝕸𝖆𝖗𝖃 I give up. One of my favorite hit songs of the 90s, and a song that shows one of John's biggest passions in life, scat singing. I have to specify singing, so your filthy minds won't think of anything else. Ugh, yikes. For those of you that don't know, scat singing is the whole 𝕸𝖆𝖗𝖃 that he does all over the song. It's a common technique in vocal jazz territory, and John was regarded as a pro in that, even before the hit struck. Do you want any proofs? Let me present you to something. In 1986, a full 9 years before the Scatman record came out, Scatman John released his self-titled debut record, credited to his real name. And if you can not only hear, but read as well, you can check the title of the video and you'll notice this album is nuts. These are macadamias. This album begins as pretty much how you would expect. You hear the first notes of the opening track, the misfit, and you go like, yep, that is exactly what I expected Scatman John jazz album to sound like. But then, after like half a minute, you start noticing the songs building up into something. This intrigues you. And then...
It was weird and quite possibly crazy!
You may have expected this release to be loud or energetic, but I bet you never expected him to scream like a goddamn metal singer. After that wake-up call, get ready for some of the wildest piano performances in jazz you can expect. This man is sliding through the piano like an ice skater goes through an ice ring. The facial expressions are also included when he plays those sweet jazz notes. This song is fortunately/unfortunately the pinnacle of the record. Nothing that comes after beats the misfit. But all the other songs are still super solid avant-garde jazz tunes. Other highlights include Love Cry, which, if what you loved the most about the misfit was the piano after the chorus, congratulations, because this is 7 more minutes of that. And 𝕍 𝖃, which is the quietest moment of the record, and where Scatman lets his vocals truly shine. Truly, there is no bad songs in this release. The closest to bad is the second track, Last Night I Dreamed, which isn't even bad, it's just not as memorable as the rest of the record. Another cool thing to point out in here is that John is also the producer for the record, together with a woman named Marsha Larkin that I couldn't find much details about, not even if she was related to John. In fact, I couldn't find much info about most of the staff of this record, with 2 exceptions. The first is the saxophonist Joe Farrell, who you may know for his work with Chick Corea and Return to Forever, or for his 1973 album Moon Germs, which features Herbie Hancock on the piano. And the other is Morgan Cavitt, the album's engineer, who's most notable for previously being a writer for Steppenwolf and a producer for... Captain Tennille? Huh. Ladies, get yourselves a man that can do The Misfit, Born to Be Wild, and Love Will Keep Us Together. That is one hell of a resume if I've ever seen one. Sadly, this was the only jazz album John released in his lifetime. He later moved to Berlin to try to get his luck in the local jazz scene, and ended up being invited to try the whole eurodance thing that was at all the rage at the time, which resulted in his smash hit that made him a star, and he made a total of 3 albums in that style, until his sad passing in 1999 due to lung cancer. Of course I'm happy that John got his due so late in his life and still managed to enjoy it to its fullest, but I still feel a bit down we never got another album like his debut. I mean, sorta. In 2001, a posthumous jazz album entitled Listen to the Scatman was released. And yeah, it remedies the wound a bit, but it's just a standard vocal jazz one. The piano isn't blazing like John's about to lift it up and throw it in your face. Neither John's vocals performance feels so complex and unique as in The Misfit or 𝕍 𝖃. It's sad that his self-titled is the only true blue jazz record we've got from Scatman John. But at least, it happened. It's not only possible, but also very likely, that if he had kept in the same lane, he may have never reached the same height of success that his eurodance tracks gave him. And this brings to us 2 silver linings. The first is the most obvious one, that is, that the Scatman fame gave exposure to these early records. So it's possible we would have never even heard about this record if it wasn't for that. But there's also the side that it's all about John himself. He seemed to legit enjoy everything he did as a Scatman John. He seemed happy, invested, and apparently he was living the life that he wanted to live. Especially in Japan. If this had never happened, God knows if he'd be able to do anything in his remaining lifetime, or if he'd pass to the other side feeling accomplished. I know this is always speculation, but honestly, even if the 1986 album is the only record that sounds like that, I'm happy the way things are. Rest in peace, legend.